Yeah. Okay. Oops, that's stuff. Okay. So what's happening, right? So we have a task variable that's based like if the task successfully saves, right? Then we're gonna have a task variable defined. We're gonna have an ID, description, and important. Okay. And basically, what this line is saying is append that content to the HTML DOM that has this ID. Okay. So if we look at our index view, there it is, right? There it is right here. So we're just basically saying append this HTML to this body of the table, okay? And then after that, we are just saying .tasks_desk is the input that I'll show you really quick. Sorry. So it's just the input, right? So we're just saying make the input empty again. So because when you submit a form, the input should be empty, and make the checkbox back to false. All right. So just with that, this should work. Okay, wait, that didn't work. It refreshed. Yeah, let me refresh the page. It's probably the reason why. Oh, oops. Thank you. Okay. So, you see that? Like, I know it's not that big of a difference right now. But it really does make a difference in many situations. Like, look at the thing. It doesn't turn to X anymore, right? All right, yeah, see, we're gonna fix that right now. That's bad. We don't want an empty task, but I know you guys are like, wow, like why is this so important? But it is important. Like, look at it. It doesn't refresh. Right? That's cool. Like, when you guys add comments, you don't want it to refresh, right? Yeah. Thanks. Okay, cool. That's how most modern websites are built today for a lot of things, right? Like a similar concept is like Facebook chat, right? Or any chat thing. When you add a comment to a chat, you don't want the whole thing to refresh, right? There's some AJAX call that's going in the background that's making that happen. Yeah, okay, cool. So now that we got that, let's go ahead and do the same thing for validations, right? So first we want to add the validation to the task model. We all know this stuff, right? Okay, I don't have the validation here. I don't even remember the syntax. What is it? Validates description, presence, true. I hope that's just right. Sorry, guys, I don't like remember everything. I just like write things down and search them up. But anyways, yeah. So that's our validation for presence. Okay. Now that we have that, if we refresh the browser and we try to create something, it's not working, right? Why is it not working? Because, well, if we go back to a controller, at task.save is false because the validation is false because we said there needs to be something in the description in order for it to work, or in order for it to save. So then we go ahead and we render another JavaScript template called error.js.erb. But we haven't created that yet, so it's not really doing anything. So nothing's really showing. But if we look at our real server, you can see it's basically like erroring out because you don't have the file, right? Okay. So let's go ahead and create the error.js.erb template. So this code runs, this JavaScript code runs when the task fails to save. Or in other words, when the task doesn't have a description that's present. Okay. So I'm gonna just copy and paste this code again because it's probably easier to do that and explain it afterwards. All right, so what's happening here? Okay, so if you look at our index file, we also have an alert danger div, right? This is this is JavaScript. I'm sorry, it's not Java. This is a Bootstrap class, alert danger. And we also have it hidden, right? Because we don't want to show it yet. Let me take out the hidden and show you how it looks like without any HTML or anything in it, right? It has this little red box. We don't want that, right? So we hide it. And how am I hiding it? I'm just basically hiding it with CSS. So let me show you that really quick as well. You can see I'm just saying if that HTML DOM has a class hidden, then I'm making it display none, which means I'm not showing it on the page. Okay. So basically, what's happening here is I want to sort of erase all the previous error messages that were in that div, if there were any. And then if you look here, I'm basically saying append all the new error messages, right, to that alert danger div, and then show it, right? Remove class hidden is just removing that class which shows the div. Does that make sense? Yes or no? I need some answers. Yes. No. Okay, I got like one thumb. Come on, guys. Like, give me some feedback. I need to know if this is making sense. Otherwise, we're just wasting time here. Does this make sense to you? Like when this code runs, why it's gonna basically show the error divs or the error div and with the appropriate errors? Okay, still one thumb, but okay, I'll go on. All right, cool. So now, right? Let's try to create something. Boom, right? So again, you can see it doesn't refresh. It doesn't refresh, which is not that big of a deal here, but it is in some situations. But when we do have a description, we add it. It shows it. But oh, this is still here. So let's go ahead and see why that is so. That is so because when I submitted a valid task, right? It ran the create JavaScript code, but here I'm not adding the class hidden back, right? I wanna hide it afterwards. So let's go ahead and do that. So now it should work appropriately. So so when I did that with no description, it ran the error.jb JavaScript code, and then that basically showed the error message. But when I create something that's valid, it hides it, and it works. You can see all this is happening without the browser being refreshed, which is pretty amazing. That you can do this with so little code. There's other ways you can do Ajax. This is probably the simplest way to do it in Rails. So hopefully you guys can use it in your projects. Okay, that's fun. Okay. Yeah, so it's cool, right? It's pretty cool. So, oh my God, like let's Ajax everything, right? So nothing refreshes, right? Let's do that. Do you guys think that's a good idea to like Ajax everything? Like the browser never refreshes? No? Okay, yeah, that's the right answer. Yes, no answer. So yeah, hold on, no. Yeah, I made this guy kind of look like Iron Man. I like really sized it that way so we can see his eyes. Anyways, so yeah, let's do a quick quiz on what you should Ajax and what you shouldn't. Okay. So user login page, should you or should you not Ajax that? No, yeah, because it's pretty traditional. Like when you log into a site, like everyone expects the page to reload and take you to somewhere else. You could, but most websites don't Ajax that. How about comments on a blog? I touched upon this. Yeah, right. Suck if you have to like add a comment, it refreshes and puts you back on the top of the article. You're like, what the heck? Okay. Anyways, messaging system. Touched upon this too. Yes. Contact us form from. Where did from come from? Contact us form. Yes. No. Maybe, right? Maybe, right? Oh, yeah, maybe. You can, you cannot. Sometimes the UX of the website. Yeah, it really depends on the style of the website and what you're trying to go for. Okay, so all right, I know you guys are probably starting to fall asleep now. So let's go to something more exciting. Wait, before that, any questions? Any questions? Hey, Ro, what's up, man? You can, like, after you log in, like, it doesn't need to refresh, but most websites, they don't, because usually when you log in, there's a heavy load that you have to, like, send over, and usually you just want to refresh the browser for that. And most sites traditionally don't use, they usually reload, right, after you log in, so users expect that. There's no point of putting Ajax unnecessarily, because it's just more work, right? We could have done, like, all of that stuff with the testing without Ajax. Probably no one would complain. No one would really complain. So only use Ajax when it really makes a difference. That's sort of the lesson learned from this quiz. Hey.
So it's like a lot faster,
A lot.
like speed, like so if you use Ajax, like to send something over, is that like faster than just sending everything?
I believe it is faster. It is a little faster because essentially on a full page load request, like this goes into HTTP and everything. There's the headers you have to send. There's a lot more you have to send. So it is a heavier load. But from a user's perspective, it's just better in terms of the refreshing of the page. But yeah, it is a heavier load if you don't use Ajax. Any more questions? Okay. Cool. All right. So you have your app, and you want to show it to the entire world, right? What's an easy way to do that? And Heroku is the answer, right? So yeah, make your app available to the entire world. So let's learn how to do this. And you're gonna realize this is very simple, and it's sort of like a wow, because it's like, you know, a couple of gems, couple of commands, and bam, my app is displayed to everyone. That's crazy. Anyways, my God, my notes are terrible. Okay, I'll just go with that one. Okay, so let me pull up, like, honestly, like, this is lecture, right? So you're probably not going to remember most of what I'm saying. It's true, dude, don't worry. I do that with everyone. Anyways, this is sort of the page that, this is sort of the page that you will read in order to know how to deploy to Heroku, right? And it's very straightforward. All I am going to do is basically follow this. Yeah, so.
When I tried doing this with the project, I followed exactly, but there was an issue between Postgres, SQL, and SQLite.
Yes, yes,
Yes.
there is.
Yes.
Huh?
Could you walk us?
I will walk you how to use Postgres in production. In terms of why that is so, there's actually an article on it, which I'll send on Piazza, but there's a link here. The basis of it is that SQLite 3 is just not a production database. So they use Postgres. The technical details of that is in the article, which I have no idea over my head, but anyways. Okay, so I just want to see if I actually have a remote here. I do, interesting. Okay. I wanted to show you guys at the beginning, but since I already have a GitHub remote, I guess I can't really do that. But basically what you would do, right? Say you haven't like initialized Git yet. You would just run git init. Then you would run git add, and then basically like git commit, right? After you do that, and you guys don't need GitHub in order to deploy to Heroku. Most people actually have a GitHub repo as well, but like right now I do too. But this git init and git add and git commit doesn't create a GitHub repo for you. It just creates a remote that's Heroku's remote. Does that make sense? Like, you guys know the difference from Git and GitHub, right? Okay. All right. Anyways, let's start. Let's go ahead, and it says to type in Heroku create. So let's go ahead and do that. Heroku create. So now, if we go ahead and see our remotes again, which are basically our endpoints where we push and pull from, we can see that Heroku is here. Right? So Heroku is now in a remote that we can push and fetch from. Okay. I really wanted to show something, but it's not here. Huh. Okay. Anyways, I'm gonna go off script here, and let's see what else it says to do. Okay. So if I go ahead and do git push Heroku master, it's probably not gonna work. Let's go ahead and try that. So it's doing a bunch of stuff. Let me pull up my jump out really quick. Okay. So it's installing all these gems. It might work. We don't know yet. But bam, it says it failed, right? And the reason why it failed is because, it should say right here, like SQLite, right? It's basically saying that SQLite, detected SQLite gem, which is not supported for Heroku. So we want to change that, okay? We want to use the Postgres gem instead. So I'm going to actually just copy and paste this. Okay, so I'm gonna delete these because I'm putting them in development. Right, all this is saying here is in development, use SQLite, use the SQLite database. Okay. In fact, actually, Heroku recommends you use the Postgres database in development as well, but that takes some time to set up. So if you guys want to look into that, you can. It's probably better if you're going to deploy to Heroku to also be using the same database that you're using on production as in development. But here we're using SQLite. Obviously, these are just other gems, right, that we only use in development. We've used them before. Okay, so GemPG is the database, the Postgres database gem, okay? Let me delete this, we don't need this. Okay, Rails 12 factor does a couple of things. It's another Heroku gem, okay? The first thing it does, it allows you to like log things from your server. And the second thing it does is that it pre-compiles your assets when you deploy. Remember I talked about PCM, pre-compiling, concatenation, and minification? That does that for you automatically when you deploy your site. And you need this gem in order to do that. I actually only knew about this gem 6 months ago. And before I was pre-compiling it manually and stuff, and it was such a pain. So it's a lot easier to just use this gem. Okay, so now if we do this again, we don't have to bundle install because this is just production. This stuff right here is in production, so we don't have to bundle install. It will do that when we deploy. But first, I need to add these changes. So let's go ahead and do that. Add Rails 12 factor and PG. You guys know what this /am means, right? Yeah. Add and also a message, which is this. So it's basically this is combining two commands, right? This is combining git add and git commit. So we only need to do one command, which is nicer. Okay. Why didn't that work? Huh. Oh, right. I'm sorry. Here we go. All right. If this fails, then I'll be probably stumped. This should work. So yeah, does that answer your question, by the way? Yeah. So, oh man, what is it saying? Oh, right. I still do have to bundle install. And the reason why is because of gemlock? Okay.
Yeah, you got locked out.
Sure. Okay. Let me just run bundle. Actually, Sam, would you want to explain? You'd probably be better explaining why we need a bundle install there.
So the reason why is because your gem file got locked in your root directory, and it basically just says here are all the gems, here are all the versions I need. So if you don't follow the install, it won't update your genfile.lock, which is kind of like, so it's like saying, oh, like I made some changes, but I haven't like really made changes on my computer. And so you push the Heroku, like Heroku will yell at you because it'll say like, oh, you have different things going on here, and you should like really like make sure they're both consistent.
So I actually caught another thing really quickly. If you see here, after I installed, I did git commit, right? And then I ran git status to see if everything was okay. But it said it still didn't add these files, even though I did -am. And the reason why is because these are new files. You can't do -am for new files. You basically have to run this command to add the new files to your git index. And then after that, commit it. And by git index, I just basically what that means is all your files, it keeps track of the files that you added. Okay, so now added gems correctly. Okay. So quick thing while this is doing its thing, I did git push Heroku master. And if you saw when I did git remote -v, I also have a GitHub remote or GitHub repo attached to this. So does this actually also push the changes to my GitHub repo as well? I heard a no. Who said no? I know I heard a no. Yeah, why?
I mean, it was like 50% probably. I think it's like when you push, you have to specify which you're pushing to, right? So it's like generic. So in this case, you're pushing to not pushing it to
That's exactly right. So it wasn't just probability; it was that you actually knew. Good job. If I had Twixes, I'd give you like 5. I was gonna buy them, but I didn't. Sorry, guys. So this is, oh yeah, cool. So this is where it's running rake assets precompile here, right? It's running. Oh, I highlighted too much. It's running rake assets precompiled. That's because of the Rails 12 factor gem. Keep highlighting too much. I'm sorry. I'm just letting this finish. Okay, so what is all this stuff though, right? Okay, so let me explain this really quick. So you see here, this is our one big JavaScript file. That's our one big JavaScript file. Remember, PCM, so concatenated everything. And it's also, well, precompiled it first, concatenated it, and then minified it. What is this long hash there though, right? That's weird. What that long hash is called a fingerprint. This is probably a little more advanced, but basically what a fingerprint is if that fingerprint changes, the browser will know, and it will say like, okay, so my JavaScript file is outdated. I better send a request to get the new JavaScript file. The reason why we have this fingerprint is because of caching, browser caching, right? You don't want to request the JavaScript file or the CSS file every time, right? If it hasn't changed, cache it in the browser so you don't have to request for it every time. So that's basically what the fingerprint is. If that makes sense, it's okay. It doesn't have to. It just makes things faster, basically. This stuff, this Bootstrap stuff here is just like images and fonts and other things. Okay, so let's go ahead and open up our site. You can do that with Heroku open. You guys can actually, well, don't go to it now, because yeah, that happens. That sucks, yeah. I saw that a lot when I started using Heroku, and I got really sad because I didn't know how to fix it. But we can check with Heroku logs. So let's go ahead and do that here. So this is basically what your server is outputting. You know, when you run a server locally, it shows stuff, right? This is basically that in production mode, in somewhere, probably in Oregon or something. There's some dyno there doing stuff. Cool. It says, okay, so it started the server, right, for us. And okay, so it's basically saying PG undefined table error. That's weird. So the reason why is because you have to run Heroku run rakedb migrate. You have to migrate your models in the production database as well. Okay. Oh, cool. Yeah, let me show you guys this thing really quick. Pause back up. This is what I used to run beforehand. This thing without the Rails 12 factor gem, and it was a lot more messy because I basically like pre-compiled my assets locally and then deployed on Heroku, and there's a lot more files to manage. Anyways, that was a side note. Cool. So now it's gonna do its thing, right? So I guess, should I talk about dynos? Nah, huh? Okay, we won't talk about dynos. If you wanna, like, dynos are processes that Heroku uses. You can look it up. Anyways, now if I go ahead and refresh, voila! Yeah, yeah. This is live. Go to the link. I wonder if it'll break it with like so many people going on with one dyno. Yeah, go to that link and add stuff, and I can refresh it, and then you guys, I can see what you guys are adding. That's really awesome. No, like you guys should be like pretty pumped right now. Like I can't even imagine back then, like 10 years ago, like how hard it was to actually deploy something live. Probably have to like go call some guy and like pay thousands of dollars, and it still probably wouldn't work. I don't know how they did back then. I actually tried searching this up on Google, and nothing like came up. Like I was like, how do you deploy things in like the 2000s or the 1990s or whatever? But this is just like like a couple of gems, a couple of commands, and your thing is visible to the whole world. That's crazy. That's oh my God. Like if you guys created something that was like really awesome, like it could change the world by just a couple of commands. Anyways, let's refresh it. I should see, yeah. It's not breaking. I never tried it with so many people. Cool. All right, cool. So yeah. Dude, this is so exciting. Like I can't like who's pretty hyped? Like who hasn't seen this? And is like who's seeing this for the first time? Yeah? It's amazing, isn't it? Dude. So yeah, for your internships, you know, create your Rails app, push your Roku, put your URL. Yeah, I built this. Get that internship. Okay, anyways. I'll stop being hyped and everything. Okay. So yeah, I was supposed to be hyped after I showed this, but I forgot about it. We stand on the shoulder of giants. A lot of abstraction going on here. We don't know what the heck is happening with the computing, but it works. Okay. But wait. Oh. All right. So you're at a hackathon, right? But you don't even have time to deploy to Heroku. You have like anyways, you have like 30 seconds to show your app live in front of like 1,000 people. So Heroku's not gonna go. What can you do to deploy your app super fast live to the entire world? I'm gonna go over that right now. Heroku is really fast, right? But this is even faster. So we're gonna, and this is not supposed to be used like for like the long term. It's just sort of like a hackathon. If you like really needed to deploy something really fast, use ngrok. In fact, I don't know if anyone from the Code for Good hackathon is here. I think. Yeah. I actually worked with them. I actually used ngrok because Heroku wasn't working, so it was live. Yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's go and search up ngrok. You guys are gonna be amazed how like easy it is to put sites up online now. Okay, so it says here to go ahead and download the zip file. So I'm gonna do it. I already did it, but I'll show you guys again. Actually, let me go ahead and delete it. The one I already have. Rails Decal. I want to show you guys the whole process because it's so easy. Okay, so you download it. You only have to download it once. And then you unzip the file. Right? Alrighty. Cool. Okay, so I'm gonna start up a local server for my task template. Okay. Now I'm gonna go to that ngrok file that I just unzipped. You can see it's right here, and I'm gonna type in this command. Oops, that's not supposed to be there. That's the last slide. Ngrok and then the port number. So right now it's running on port 3000, right? Because that's the default port. So let's go ahead and do that. All right. Just like that, guys. Just like that. Go to this URL. There's going to be less things because this was my local database. Go to this, and it should work. Unless my server like dies because so many people are going on it. So this is right. Like you guys. Yeah, it works. It should work. Yeah, go to this. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me go to the back to the URL. Go to yeah. I want to see what my server is doing. Oh my god. Do you guys like know how awesome this is? Like your computers are communicating with me, like my server on locally. Basically what's happening is like there's some, I don't know, some router in UC Berkeley's like warehouse downstairs. It's going there. I know nothing about networking, so I'm probably just BSing everything here. And it's coming back to me, and it's sending these requests, and I send it back to you guys, right? Right? I send it back to you guys, and it's working. Like this was literally one line, guys. I literally just typed this. I typed this thing right here, and like we were able to do this. That's all I typed. I downloaded a zip file, and I typed that, and you guys are communicating with my computer. It's basically what's happening on an app. So if I kill it, then all you guys will not see it anymore. Should I do that? No, I won't do that. Okay. Yeah, it's awesome, right? Yeah, that's really awesome. Okay. Cool. So let's go ahead and take a little break before we get to more of the nitty-gritty stuff with associations. So 3-minute break. Oh wow, it's already an hour? Oh god. Sam, should I just a little bit?
Tell me. Look, oh my god, it's your problem. Oh my god.
Yeah, I was gonna basically do this. So I'm just like gonna. I agree with you. Basically, the code is just this. Just this. And sort of create the migration file. Yeah, I can just post it online, and they just
Yeah.
All right, hello. All right, cool. So give it up for Derek one more time. Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
So a couple of announcements. So for us today, we're just going to be going over your project progress with your TA. So let's see. Can all the TAs raise their hands? Stand up real quick.
Behind you.
All right, cool. So if you see a TA, I guess TAs, could you go around like kind of like set up shop somewhere in the room? Yeah, we have some space here in the stage. We have some space in the corners. So let's try to like open it out a little bit. So you guys are gonna be doing that with your TAs. Otherwise, the time is yours to work on your project with your project teams. And so next semester, we are gonna be offering another session of the Rails Decal. And so we're looking to get some help from you guys. So if any of you guys are interested in TA or otherwise like helping out the Decal anyway, we're gonna be posting on Piazza, and we would love to get like input from people that actually have taken the course and like want to see improvement. So other than that, thanks.
Oh, one more thing. I know I couldn't go over associations, but I'll go ahead and finish that article with that link on the first slide. And there's I'll post some resources on Piazza. Sorry, we only had an hour, so I always think I do faster than when I actually do. So yeah.
Okay, yeah. So go meet the TA.
I can stay for about 15 minutes. Okay, I'll just redirect.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go. Sam, you go to space. Yeah, right. So